Section 1. A new player on the global stage introducing BRICS currency. In the ever-evolving landscape of global finance, a new contender has emerged, seeking to challenge the established order and reshape the future of money BRICS currency. This innovative financial instrument represents a bold vision for a more balanced and equitable global economy. Driven by the collective aspirations of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, BRICS currency represents a potential paradigm shift in international trade and financial transactions. These BRICS nations aim to leverage their growing economic power to create a more multipolar world. The concept of a shared currency among these emerging economies has ignited intense debate and speculation. Analysts are examining how this currency could alter the dynamics of international finance, potentially reducing the influence of traditional economic powerhouses. BRICS currency aims to provide an alternative to the dominance of the US dollar, which has long reigned supreme as the world's reserve currency. Many countries feel constrained by its influence on global trade and finance. The initiative reflects a growing desire among BRICS nations to reduce their dependence on the dollar and assert their economic clout. By collaborating on this project, these countries are ready to take a more active role in shaping global finance. Establishing a common currency could foster greater financial stability, reduce transaction costs, and promote trade within their bloc and beyond. The potential benefits include streamlined transactions and enhanced economic cooperation. The prospect of a new global reserve currency backed by the BRICS nations has sent ripples through international markets. Investors and financial institutions are closely watching these developments. Governments and businesses are monitoring the development of BRICS currency, eager to understand its potential impact. The introduction of a new currency could affect trade agreements and foreign exchange rates. If successful, BRICS currency could challenge the hegemony of the US dollar and reshape the geopolitical landscape. It could inspire other regions to consider similar initiatives, diversifying the global financial system. BRICS currency represents a significant development in the evolution of the global financial system. Its introduction could lead to new financial instruments and innovative economic policies. Its success or failure will have far-reaching consequences, influencing international trade, investment, and economic power dynamics for years to come. The world watches as the BRICS nations embark on this transformative journey. Section 2. The Genesis of BRICS, a response to global economic shifts. The origins of BRICS currency can be traced back to a confluence of factors that have reshaped the global economic landscape in recent decades. This transformation has been driven by a variety of elements, including technological advancements, shifts in trade policies, and the rise of new economic powers. The rise of emerging economies, particularly those of the BRICS nations, has been a defining trend of the 21st century. Countries like Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa have seen unprecedented growth, becoming significant players in the global market. These countries have experienced remarkable economic growth, propelling millions out of poverty and transforming them into major players on the world stage. Their rapid industrialization and increasing influence in global trade have marked a significant shift in the balance of economic power. However, this newfound economic power has not been matched by commensurate influence within the existing global financial system. Despite their growing economic clout, these nations have often found themselves sidelined in major financial institutions and decision-making processes. The dominance of the US dollar, while beneficial in some respects, has also created vulnerabilities for emerging economies. The reliance on a single currency for global trade and finance has exposed these nations to risks beyond their control. Fluctuations in the dollar's value can have significant repercussions for countries whose currencies are pegged to it or whose trade is heavily denominated in dollars. These fluctuations can lead to economic instability, affecting everything from inflation rates to foreign investment. The 2008 financial crisis further exposed the fragility of the global financial system and the risks associated with over-reliance on a single reserve currency. The crisis, which began in the United States, quickly spread worldwide, causing economic turmoil and highlighting the need for a more resilient financial framework. The crisis, which originated in the United States, had a ripple effect across the globe, highlighting the interconnectedness of the global economy and the need for greater diversification and resilience. It underscored the importance of having multiple pillars of economic stability rather than relying on a single dominant currency. In this context, the idea of BRICS currency emerged as a way for these emerging economies to assert their growing influence and create a more stable and equitable financial order. The concept was not just about economic stability, but also about gaining a voice in the global financial arena. By pooling their resources and coordinating their efforts, BRICS nations sought to reduce their vulnerability to external shocks and create a system that better reflects their interests and priorities. This cooperation aimed to build a financial network that could support sustainable growth and development, ensuring that their economic achievements were not undermined by external factors. Section 3. The allure of stability, seeking refuge from volatility. One of the primary motivations behind the creation of BRICS currency is the desire for greater financial stability. In a world where economic uncertainties are becoming increasingly common, the need for a stable financial system has never been more pressing. The volatility of global currency markets, particularly in relation to the US dollar, has long been a source of concern for many countries, especially those in the developing world. These fluctuations can be triggered by political instability, changes in interest rates, and shifts in global trade policies. Fluctuations in exchange rates can disrupt trade, make it difficult for businesses to plan for the future, and have a negative impact on economic growth. This uncertainty can lead to reduced investment and slower economic development. For countries heavily reliant on imports or exports, even small changes in the value of their currency can have significant consequences. A sudden depreciation can make imports more expensive, leading to higher inflation and increased costs for consumers and businesses. BRICS currency aims to mitigate these risks by providing a more stable alternative to the dollar. By reducing their dependence on a single currency, BRICS nations hope to create a more resilient financial system. By pegging their currencies to a shared basket of goods or currencies, or by adopting a new common currency, BRICS nations hope to insulate themselves from the volatility of the global financial system. This stability would make it easier for businesses to plan for the long term, encourage cross-border trade and investment, and promote economic growth within the BRICS bloc. Furthermore, a more stable currency would reduce the need for costly hedging strategies, freeing up capital for more productive uses. In essence, BRICS currency represents a quest for greater control over their own economic destinies. By establishing a financial system that prioritizes stability and predictability, these nations aim to take charge of their economic futures. By reducing their reliance on the US dollar and creating a more stable financial environment, these countries aim to foster sustainable growth and development, both within their own borders and on a global scale. Section 4. Challenging the dollar's hegemony, a quest for a multipolar world. Beyond the economic rationale, the pursuit of BRICS currency also carries significant geopolitical implications. The initiative reflects a growing desire among emerging economies to challenge the existing global order, which is seen by many as favoring the interests of developed countries, particularly the United States. The dominance of the US dollar has long been a source of contention, with critics arguing that it gives the United States an unfair advantage in international trade and finance. For instance, the ability to print the world's reserve currency gives the US considerable leverage in global markets, allowing it to finance its deficits more easily and potentially exporting inflation to other countries. The creation of BRICS currency can be interpreted as a direct challenge to this hegemony. By establishing a viable alternative to the dollar, BRICS nations aim to diminish the United States' influence and create a more multipolar world order, one in which power is more evenly distributed among different countries and regions. This shift towards multipolarity is driven by the belief that the existing global governance structures no longer adequately reflect the realities of the 21st century. The rise of emerging economies has created a power vacuum that BRICS currency, among other initiatives, seeks to fill. By promoting a more equitable and representative global order, BRICS nations hope to create a system that is more responsive to their needs and aspirations, fostering greater cooperation and understanding on the world stage.